Port Charles is about to be shaken to its very core. In a devastating and stunning turn of events, Sidwell's sinister plan spirals out of control. Natalia's tragic death is covered up, and Sonny Corinthos meets a horrifying fate behind bars. As the web of lies tightens, secrets, betrayals, and heartbreak threaten to destroy the Corinthos family forever. Let's break down this bombshell story as it unfolds, step by step. The first cracks appear on a rainy night in Port Charles when Natalia Rogers Ramirez is found dead in her apartment under mysterious circumstances. Official reports say it was suicide, a claim few believe. Christina Corinthos Davis is inconsolable, haunted by guilt and confusion. She remembers Natalia being agitated, terrified, and on the verge of revealing something critical. But before she could confess, Natalia was gone. Viewers saw the chilling scene. Natalia, pacing, trembling as she wrote a letter addressed to Christina, her hands shaking so badly she could barely form words. Then an abrupt knock on the door. Her terror was palpable as she whispered, "Please don't do this." Moments later, Natalia lay lifeless, eyes wide open, secrets buried with her. Behind the scenes, the man pulling the strings is none other than Sidwell, a cunning and ruthless figure whose motives remain a mystery to most in Port Charles. Sidwell knows the truth of Natalia's death. It wasn't suicide, it was murder, staged meticulously to look self-inflicted. And to keep the truth buried, Sidwell personally intervenes, bribing the medical examiner to falsify the autopsy results. Natalia's official cause of death is ruled as self-inflicted, no signs of foul play, and the toxicology report mysteriously disappears. Any evidence pointing to homicide is quietly destroyed.
But why?
The answer lies in what Natalia discovered before her death, evidence that could implicate Sidwell and his allies in a criminal conspiracy that spans decades and reaches all the way to Sonny Corinthos. As Natalia's death is ruled a suicide, Sidwell launches the next phase of his plan: destroy Sonny Corinthos. Using doctored evidence and carefully placed testimonies, Sidwell orchestrates Sonny's arrest on charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and Natalia's supposed coercion and emotional abuse, painting Sonny as a man who drove Natalia to take her own life. The case is airtight. The judge, pressured by unseen forces, denies Sonny bail. Within days, Port Charles's most feared mobster is behind bars, awaiting trial. Sonny's arrest sends shockwaves through the family. Christina spirals into grief and rage, tormented by thoughts that Sonny might truly have pushed Natalia to her breaking point. Carly fights desperately to prove Sonny's innocence, but finds doors slamming shut at every turn. Michael steps up to run the family businesses, but secretly fears Sidwell's reach is deeper than they know. Ava, caught between old loyalties and new secrets, realizes too late that Sidwell won't stop until Sonny is destroyed. Refusing to accept the official story, Anna Devane and Dante Falconeri team up to investigate. What they find horrifies them. Natalia's suicide note, originally reported to be a rambling confession of despair, is missing. The surveillance footage from Natalia's building on the night of her death has been tampered with. Sidwell's financial records show suspicious payments to the medical examiner, payments that can't be explained. Anna's chilling realization: someone wanted Natalia dead, and someone wanted Sonny to take the blame. As Christina goes through Natalia's belongings, she finds something Sidwell missed: a voice memo on Natalia's old phone. In a trembling voice, Natalia confesses, "If something happens to me, it won't be by my own hand. Christina, you have to know, Sidwell isn't who he says he is. He's done terrible things. And Sonny, he's not the villain they want you to think." Christina breaks down, replaying the message over and over. As the truth dawns, her father is innocent, and Sidwell is the real monster. What could drive Sidwell to murder? Anna and Dante finally uncover it. Natalia had stumbled upon decades-old records showing that Sidwell was running an illicit trafficking network, using legitimate businesses as a front. More shocking still, Sidwell's network had laundered money through Corinthos Coffee and other Sonny-owned enterprises, without Sonny's knowledge. Natalia planned to go public. Sidwell knew he had to silence her before she could. In court, Sidwell's reach is evident. Witnesses lie on the stand, evidence is conveniently lost, and the prosecution paints Sonny as a man so cruel he drove Natalia to end her life. Carly, Christina, and Michael sit in the gallery, devastated as the jury's faces harden with every lie. Sonny, chained and silent, locks eyes with Christina, his last plea for her to believe in him. Before the jury can return a verdict, tragedy strikes. Late one night in Pentonville, Sonny is attacked by two inmates, reportedly acting on orders from an unknown outside party. The guards claim they arrived too late. Sonny Corinthos is pronounced dead in the prison infirmary. Port Charles reels from the news. Carly collapses. Michael's grief turns to cold rage. Christina screams in denial. Anna and Dante, too late to save him, are left with one final, horrifying question. Did Sidwell kill Sonny? 2. Sonny's death tears the Corinthos family apart. Christina, consumed by guilt, blames herself for doubting her father when he needed her most. Carly vows to bring Sidwell down, no matter the cost. Michael turns ruthless, ready to step into Sonny's shoes to protect the family and to destroy Sidwell. And across Port Charles, Sidwell watches, satisfied. With Sonny dead, no one can tie him to Natalia's murder or the larger conspiracy. But Sidwell underestimates the power of the truth. Anna and Dante finally convince the medical examiner to come forward. Under immense guilt and fear, he confesses, the autopsy was falsified under Sidwell's orders. Natalia was murdered, strangled, then staged to look like a suicide. Christina, hearing the truth, collapses, sobbing for the woman she loved and the father she failed to save. Driven by grief, Carly decides that justice through the courts won't be enough. Secretly, she meets with Selena Wu, offering a deal. Help her destroy Sidwell completely. Ruin his empire, expose his crimes, and leave him with nothing. Selena, who never cared for Sidwell's arrogance, agrees. Together, they plan a quiet, devastating takedown. Piece by piece, Carly and Selena dismantle Sidwell's criminal network. Financial records leak to the press, showing years of corruption. Witnesses come forward, emboldened by Sidwell's crumbling power. Anna and Dante arrest Sidwell for conspiracy, obstruction, and murder. Christina delivers the most damning testimony, reading Natalia's final words aloud in court. The man who thought he was untouchable is finally led away in handcuffs. In a heartbreaking farewell, Port Charles gathers to honor Sonny Corinthos. The church overflows with mourners, family, friends, even former enemies who respected Sonny's code. Christina, her voice breaking, says, "You are my hero, even when I doubted you. I'm sorry, Dad. I love you." Michael promises to protect the family legacy. Carly, laying her hand on Sonny's casket, whispers, "Rest now. We'll finish this fight." With Sidwell behind bars, the Corinthos family tries to rebuild. Christina starts a foundation in Natalia's name to help victims of domestic abuse and corruption. Michael modernizes the family business, vowing to keep it clean. Carly steps back from power, but never stops watching. Yet the scars remain. Sonny's empty chair at family dinners is a wound that may never fully heal. In a shocking cliffhanger, the final scene shows an isolated clinic far from Port Charles. A man lies in a hospital bed, bandaged and unconscious. A doctor whispers to a nurse, "They think he's dead. Make sure it stays that way for now." The camera pans to reveal Sonny Corinthos, alive, barely clinging to life. This heartbreaking storyline shakes Port Charles to its core, leaving fans reeling. Natalia, silenced for uncovering the truth. Sidwell, finally exposed as a monster. Sonny, betrayed, imprisoned, and killed, yet perhaps still alive. The Corinthos family, forever changed but unbroken. As the dust settles, one truth remains. In Port Charles, no secret stays buried forever. If you'd like, I can continue this creative arc with what happens next. Sonny waking up and trying to return. Christina and Michael struggle to accept he might be alive. Carly and Selena facing new enemies. Just let me know.